Hello Internet, welcome back to our RollerCoaster Tycoon 2 series. We are currently playing on Cliffside Castle. And yeah, we need a park rating of at least 700 at all times. If we drop, we lose the scenario. And we need, I think, 1,500 guests. So we're about halfway there. And once we get close, we'll just bump that, of course, with some advertising campaigns and things. Why don't we take a look at that? How much? Yeah, I mean, that should not really be an issue. You know, the thing I really like about RollerCoaster Tycoon 2, like, it's fun to build your own rides and stuff, obviously. It's a huge draw of the game. But I also really enjoy that the scenarios are very self-contained, relatively short scenarios. When I play Cheshire Cats, oh, for the car ride, see, it's just another... I don't want new cars, I want new rides. And it's very irritating to me that it's not its own category. But anyway, which is brew soup? That sounds great. Let's plop down a soup stall. Sure. Get a little bit of money from kids there. $1.50 apparently for soup. I really like that the scenarios are self-contained. Like, I mostly have been playing Cataclysm on the channel. And like, my last Let's Play for Cataclysm was 92 episodes, I think. And it's just so long, and it's such an ongoing... Like, and I didn't even finish the game or anything, right? It's Cataclysm. So basically, it just goes on forever. And, like, I just couldn't do it anymore. I just didn't want to do it anymore. Like, by the time you see this, I've stopped doing Cataclysm Let's Plays temporarily. Just because I feel burnt out on Cataclysm. Because they go on and on and on and on. So, you know, yeah, I really like that RollerCoaster Tycoon. Every episode, every series so far that I've recorded has been between, like, 2 and 5 episodes. So I really like that it's a self-contained little thing. Obviously, you can continue playing once you've completed the scenario, but that's not really... You know, I would do that in my free time. I wouldn't necessarily do that in this game, like, for YouTube, unless I really was truly, like, super proud of a park I made. And based on my performance thus far, I imagine I will never be really proud of a park I made. So I don't think that that's something that's going to be happening anytime soon. Roller coaster, okay, so we're getting a new roller coaster. Why don't we look at the car ride? Maybe we can just plop one of these down. Yeah, powered vehicles along a track-based route. Sure, we have the Cheshire Cats and we have vintage cars. Neither of which truly fit the layout, the theming here, but I think that that's okay. We will... where would we put this, though? Because we really don't want to take up space that would be otherwise used by a roller coaster. I think... I don't know if we're going to build this or not. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't love it. I want more flat rides that can kind of fit at the exterior, and I want to use the big space areas for roller coasters. We do have a lot of space. We could put it over here, I guess. We'll do that just so we have something to do. Go ahead and build this thing custom. Zoom back in. Let's rotate around so we can kind of see where we're working. And we'll build it like in this area here. So we'll go ahead and build a nice long station so there can be a lot of cars. Really just nothing exciting about this whole thing. So we'll send them up, I guess, because being in the air is exciting, possibly. We'll do a long turn. We'll hit them with a long... Nope, it doesn't maintain the spinning tunnel. We'll hit them with a long spinning tunnel. Oh boy, spinning tunnels, very, very spooky. Very cool. We'll go down. We'll loop them back on themselves. We'll head back this way. We'll hit them with another spinning tunnel. We'll send them under the track that already exists. We'll loop back. No, we won't. We're not going to do that. We're going to loop them again. We're going to turn them, get them straight away, head them up, head them down. This is a very terrible ride layout. You know, I should have conserved this space and whatnot, but I also do not think that it really matters very much. And we'll just plop them back into the station. I think is fine. We actually did not build this optimally, so it is going to be a little bit of a weird pathing area. But we're going to build the entrance and the exit. I think if you build the entrance at the front, they load more quickly into the car because they don't have to walk along the edge. And then when they exit, it doesn't really matter if they have to walk the whole way down because it's not going to clutter anything up. So go ahead and build this, open this up. I don't really care. It's going to be very, very boring. which is perfectly fine. Let's actually change the car type because I think it will have an impact. 2 passengers. It literally changes nothing. Okay, we'll still go with cats. Why not? The internet loves cats. You know you love cats. Don't pretend you don't like cats. I dislike cats. They are a kind of animal that I find unpleasant. We actually really don't need a long queue for this. Yeah, I think this is fine. Yeah, you know what? We'll do the double wide path there, and we'll just bring this up, and we'll loop this around. So we'll go ahead and extend this path, and we'll bring it all the way around, just so we have, you know, a kind of circuit as opposed to a long thing with spokes. And we'll go ahead and build off of this one so we can connect them. Excellent. Line them up pretty well. And then we will build a central spoke as well so they have a place to cross to alleviate some of the congestion on this path. Obviously not really anything here at the moment. What are we getting here? We got reverser cars. What is that? Bobsled. Reverser cars. Reverser roller coaster. Bogeyed cars run on wooden tracks, turning around on special reversing sections. I don't know what bogeyed means exactly. Maybe that's not how you pronounce that. Let's look at some of the pre-builts. They're enormous, and they're not terribly... Their stats are not as impressive as I would like. Mini golf is a good one. People do really like mini golf. Maybe we can... No, we really didn't give ourselves a lot of room. I was going to say maybe we could work it through here and build it back here and then have them come back over and something. I don't know if we can really do that though. So we'll probably just end up sticking this like in one of these smaller middle ground sections where we can put a lot of holes. Dog is crying because my family just got home. We're still making money on these photos. I didn't increase them too much, I hope. Back up. Mini golf available. Excellent. You know, it's a good, gentle ride that kids seem to really like. Let's check our income from the ride photos. I mean, like 7 kids bought ride photos. It's not terrible. Let's build the mini golf. Mini golf. Custom, please. We will go with station. Yes, station platform first. We'll build this here so we can get a little bit of a queue. We don't want a huge queue on this because it takes a long time for it to process children. We'll go ahead and we will bring them out to the path here, and we'll build platform hole 1. Great. We'll go immediately to hole 2. No, we'll go 1 in between, then we'll go to hole 2. Great. Then we'll take them up. Sure. Kids love to golf in the air, I guess. We'll go hole C. Couple here. We'll plop them back down. We'll go hole D. Great. It's a right angle, even better. We'll go hole E, which is a peculiar one. We'll wrap them out, and we'll bring them back to another hole A. And then we'll just drop them in the station. Nice little thing we've got going here. Entrance. Yeah, I don't think we need a huge queue for this because it's basically going to be full at all times anyway. This seems fine. Open this up. Open. Give them a queue here. Give them an exit here. Should immediately get some kids going in. Yeah. And then once it's full, you can only have so many children on it at any given time. Like, I think 1 per hole is the basic way that this goes. So the capacity of this ride is only 6. And then the queue will work through them as they come back into the station. Anybody riding the cars? I mean, not really. I guess there are kids, probably because of the rain. You'll see we're getting a lot of money from umbrellas, which is fine. We should build some benches and things on this path, just because we don't really have anything on the path currently. We're also going to need... I see there's vomit out here already, which is weird, because there's nothing nearby that's remotely vomity. You know, kids are not really... There's nothing intense over here. It's a little disappointing to see the barf already. I'm seeing actually several vomits. Do not like that. We are doing okay enough that I think we should hire more handymen. although our income is not great and will never be great, given that we're relying on the park entrance fee. So, whatever. It is what it is, I guess. Oh, yeah, I really like the self-contained scenarios. I mean, it's just one of those things where you can very clearly see you progress. Like, you can see yourself progress from part 1 to part 2 to part 3, and then you're done. You know, it's self-contained, satisfying little section. So we're just going to hire a bunch more handymen. We got the Crooked House attraction, which, if I recall correctly, is super unpopular. So I don't think that that's really relevant. Can we build under this? We can, so we'll just put the Crooked House in here, I think. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll build the Crooked House. We'll put the... We should have built it a little closer. I think this is okay, though. We'll open this. We're actually not going to optimize this path because it doesn't really matter. So we'll build just like a 2-stage waiting area. And then we'll just connect this out here. I think we'll be fine. And we're going to try to build that, yes, straight to that. So I don't think we're going to get a lot of kids going in there, but it is something, you know, a little extra. Something that we could fit in this relatively otherwise useless space. Go ahead and add some more trees and things. I mean, I don't really care about the theming of the trees. They don't need to be like super relevant to a particular area of the world or anything like that. I thought you could rotate these. I guess you can't rotate the trees, which is a bit silly, but alright. Cherry blossoms, probably not very common in, oh, it's a magnolia tree. Okay, I just saw the pinkish leaves and assumed it was a cherry blossom. We'll go ahead and, sure, some of these tall boys as well. I mean, it doesn't look great because it's not like they're not everywhere in the park, but it's something that was not there before, and I gotta assume that that's an increase. And of course, this slightly increases the excitement of these rides that are otherwise just basically nothing. These trees seem very out of place with what we've got going on. I think that's okay, though. Why don't we throw down some fountains as well? Fountains? Sure. Some sprinkler thingies? Great. Just one? Sure. We'll just put one over there. That's fine. Put some sprinklers out here as well. Sure. I mean, I don't really see any real benefit to this, but I also don't really see a problem with it. Oh god, inverted coaster in the way. So now they're asymmetrical. I can't have that. Can't have that. Got to get rid of this. Give me something to delete. Thank you. Come on now. There we go. Okay. So I think we're doing okay. I mean, you know, our park rating is maintaining. Our guest count is increasing basically all the time, and that is a result of basically every time you build a ride, it increases your guest capacity a little bit. Roller coasters by far contribute the most. So if we really wanted to push towards the guest cap, we would just keep building these. Like, honestly, we would make more of these inverted whatever because they don't need to be a full track. And we would just make small ones and build them so that, like, each one would increase the guest cap a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean kind of by a huge margin. What do we got? We get the Crooked House. We're getting the Ferris Wheel. Sure, Ferris Wheel sounds fun. It's another flat ride that we can pretty easily place. Ferris Wheel. We'll build this over here, I guess. Entrance. Can we build the exit? Great. I didn't think we could build it on the end like that, but that's great. We'll build a decent queue for that as well. There we go. I do think we can increase the park thing a little bit here. We'll bump that up to $25. Which I think is fine. Like, honestly, if you think about it, if there were a ride in a place in real life where you paid $25 to get in and then every ride is free, that seems pretty good to me, especially when I have, what, 4 coasters? I think this counts as a coaster. Lots of flat rides and general rides for children, so it's a good, like, family-friendly area. Let's buy another 2 mechanics and 2 handymen, I think, just to maintain our pads and rides, because we are expanding. Not really sure what the best ratio for handymen is. Just kind of been placing them as often as I want. Why don't we build another small coaster? Hyper coaster, non-inverting. I don't think this one can launch. Let's build just a station and check it out. It can be powered, but it cannot invert. So we can do some stuff with this, but it's not going to be really probably as much as we could do with some other rides. When we build this, this should be fine, I think. So we are going to launch it, so we don't need to... oh, so we can helix. So since we don't need to raise it any particular way, why raise it at all? Let's go immediately into a climbing helix. We'll go large because we don't want to make the kids sick. Nice and high. Great, and we'll go all the way up. And that should be it, I think. And we'll need to put an end on it so it doesn't like crash at the rear of the station. So we'll go, no, back, go up. Great, very steep, just to catch it when it comes back in. Go ahead and build the entrance. We'll build the exit. And we will, most beautiful park in the country. Thank you kindly. We'll go to powered launch without passing station. And we'll go 40 miles an hour. I imagine the intensity on this is going to be a little high, but that's not really the point. Oh, do not shoot off the top, please. Oh, we're going very slow, actually. It slowed us down kind of a lot. So I don't know how much speed we're going to get going back down. This is like not a very entertaining ride. But that's not the point. The point, again, is to raise that guest cap a little bit. Because the more guests we can get in our park... Oh, and we didn't even need this rear section? That's interesting. I didn't realize that. The more guests we get into the park, the more ticket sales we will have for the park itself. Got a Giga Coaster. Low on everything, huh? Let's, instead of doing this, let's close it. And let's do the reverse launch instead of the powered launch. So we'll go... Nope, wrong direction. We'll go... with a lift hill, which can be very steep, by the way, and we'll just drop them, and I think that that's more exciting. So we'll go reverse incline. Do we have any special cars? We don't. We can change the color scheming, of course, but I don't often do that because it doesn't really matter, and I'm not super big on aesthetics. So we'll back this baby up, see if this makes it any more exciting or not. Unfortunately, without the inversions, there's only so much we can actually do. Wow, it's so fast, but it bleeds a lot of speed in these big loops. It should still increase the excitement considerably, I would imagine, given that it's much faster. Oh, okay. I always feel like it's going to shoot off the back, even though, like, logically it started here, so it's going to bleed momentum as it goes down. But I know, okay, medium, low, low. I think that's okay. Again, it's about raising the guest cap. It's less about the actual ride itself. You know, when it's ticket prices, those ride stats really, really matter. Or when you're trying to build a park value, that really matters. But when it's something like this, where it's literally just to get kids to come into the park, I don't think that that's a big deal. We'll also bump this up to 30, I think. What else do we want to do? I mean, we got the Giga Coaster. We're getting a thrill ride next. What is the Giga Coaster? Giga Coaster. Giant steel roller coaster capable of smooth drops and hills of over 300 feet. Interesting. I'm not seeing any that indicate it would be a launched thing. Let's place one and see if we can launch it. And then maybe we'll make this one a little bit more of a bigger coaster instead of wasting our time doing these little teeny tiny coasters. Cannot launch it. I actually don't like that. If I'm going to make a huge coaster, I would like to make one that can launch really fast, so we don't have to deal with a chain lift hill. Steeplechase, trebuchet is broken down. Spiral roller coaster, spiral lift hill, and smooth twisting drops. Okay, I can deal with the spiral lift hill. I can deal with that. Let's take up a lot of space with this one. Let's actually make this one like a big old honking long roller coaster. So go ahead and we'll build this out. Nice long station here. We're gonna go with the lift hill. Now it just said spiral lift hill. Why Curved lift hill. Right. Yes. Excellent. Okay. I mean, let's go really high if we're going to do it. Let's, no, I kind of want you to end on the, yeah, that direction. What other special stuff do we have? Let's take a break. We got the launched freefall, which is a stationary ride that we can place. Launched freefall. Great. And we'll just build the pre-made one. And we'll build this, sure, over here. Seems perfectly fine. Great. Open. And we'll go ahead and attach the queue here. We'll go ahead and make this a longer queue, because this is a pretty popular one. It is very nauseating and whatnot, but that's really not a big deal. Yeah. Oh, very high intensity. Okay. So let's go back to our coaster. What special elements do you have? You have the helixes. You do have an on-ride photo section. And you have the S-bends, which are not terribly exciting pieces. So we'll, you know what? We're going to drop you pretty steep. Sounds like fun. We'll level you out as you reach the ground. Then we'll do a couple helixes up. Curved lift hill. Why can't I helix? I have to angle you first. We'll do small ones. Helix up, small. Great. We'll take you forward. We'll drop you down again. We'll place the on-ride photo section. Take you back up. I think you should be maintaining speed pretty well here. Let's go pretty steep, actually, and then we'll level it out. And then we'll do the angled down helix. We'll go big this time. And we'll end over here. We'll take you down to the ground. We will make a tunnel area here, I think. Seems fine. Sure. Take you back up. We don't really have a lot of special stuff. We can do pretty big ups like that. I don't know if we'll have the momentum to get all the way back up. And then we'll drop it down. And this is where we'll wrap back to the station. Come back out like this. We'll do... yeah, I mean, I don't think we want to do anything more. I think we just want to come back to the station. So have a nice long flat area. And we'll connect back to the station. I don't think it's going to maintain lift or speed all the way through that hill. So we'll go ahead and test this. Because we have this one really big hill right here where I don't think it's going to have the speed to do it. Curved lift hill, pretty neat idea. You know, I'm not a big, I'm not really up to date on roller coasters in real life, so I don't know really how, like, I don't know a lot of this stuff. Here we got this slow, yeah, I don't think we're going to have speed to get all the way back up this hill, and the lateral G's are going to be pretty bad right there. Yeah, we didn't make it. Okay, that's okay. Oh, we crashed? What? It crashed? I don't really know why it crashed. We're gonna... No, I want to go this way. I want to get rid of the front. No, click. Okay, go away. Click. Why are you doing this? Okay, there we go. So we're going to just get rid of all this. And we're going to go back to this. And we're going to... We'll just go back up a little bit. I think you should have speed to get through that. And then we'll helix down again. We will helix down. No, I want to go small helix down. And we'll just take you back to station. Okay, and we'll get rid of this stuff here. And we should be able to connect you. Excellent. So I think that should be enough. I think we'll be able to make it over this hill and into this downward loop. Obviously not going to be a super exciting coaster. All we really have available to us are the helixes. You know, that is something I'm noticing about this game, is that it has relatively slow... Oh, we crashed into the other train. That's why we crashed. It has relatively low number of special pieces. Whereas, like, when I watch people play Planet Coaster, there are a lot of things. We should bank this instead of having this be a curve. Let's look at lateral G's. I mean, they didn't look too terrible. Yeah, I think we're okay. We should look at the ride requirements of this. I'm just curious what the ride requirements are. With Spiral Roller Coaster, requires a 29-foot drop, minimum of 2 drops, minimum of 22 miles an hour, and a max negative G's of 0.4. So we actually could have a much more exciting coaster if we manage to reduce our negative Gs, which would be something we're experiencing basically at drops at areas where the track goes up and then levels out. So like here, where you feel like you're being lifted out of your seat. So we could tweak this if we were going for ticket price, but because we're not, I don't think that that really matters. So what we're going to do, we're just going to build some pads here. I think this is a perfectly fine coaster. Its stats are pretty good anyway, despite that. So I think that we're good. So we're going to open that up. Unfortunately, it's raining, so kids are not going to want to ride it. Yeah, I think these stats are perfectly acceptable. I guess we beat the max negative Gs, which is a little unfortunate. What is this called? I think I'm looking at the wrong... I'm looking at the wrong coaster. Where am I? Spiral Coaster. Yeah, okay, I was. It's the same value. It doesn't matter. Anyway, kids will be riding it. Again, it increases our guest cap, which is important. Haunted house. Sure, we can place a haunted house. Build a haunted house. I haven't seen one of these in-game yet, I don't think. But they were pretty common in the original RollerCoaster Tycoon. There you are. Go ahead and build that between the trees there. Open this up. We'll put a path here for kids to queue into. I don't imagine it will be a huge queue, although I believe this is one of the rides that kids will ride while it's raining, so that might do pretty well in the immediate future. We actually really have not unlocked very many shops and stalls. Or did I forget to check them? I never checked them. So we've basically exhausted all of the flat rides. Let's go with shops and stalls, and then we will make the push to get the maximum number of guests in our park. What did we just unlock? I just saw it. Twist. Sure. Twist. Thrill ride, I guess? Twist. Oh, it's the scrambled egg thing. In my head, this is called the Scrambler. I don't know why. So, yeah, just going to build this here where we have a little bit of flat space. Open. Again, increase that guest cap just very slightly. So we've built basically all the gentle rides and all the thrill rides that we're going to be able to build. Looks like it's mostly going to be coasters from here on out. I think if we want to continue pushing the guest cap, we should build another one of these hyper coasters, since it has the launch function, and we'll just make a really tiny one. I think we'll do that right now. Let's go. Actually, we're over time, so I think we'll call the episode here. And then in the next episode, we'll make a real push to finish off this scenario. We'll build one more small coaster, and then we'll just run a bunch of ad campaigns to try and push that number over the limit. So for now, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I will be back with more RollerCoaster Tycoon 2 in the near future. If you enjoyed the video, maybe consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. All those things really help me out. And I'll see you in the next episode.